Hey there, you're watching the Jessa Channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today I am here with more Infectious madness. We are just beginning Act 5, the final act, and so things are definitely going to come to a head. We're going to find out who killed Dr. Dekker. The madness in this office is infectious, and our character, Dr. Honoria Leslie, is catching the madness. So let's head back into the story and see where things go.
At midnight each day.
On Valentine's night.
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home.
David is my husband.
All on my lonesome.
Stab David Hunt.
I can change my skin.
Then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica. There's someone else in my hour.
I brought David back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Iris.
We could try shifting now.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Sorry.
We both read.
You rang my doorbell.
The truck driver
The little girl.
killed himself.
David is weird.
Like she's watching me.
I need to put David
Molly.
out of his misery.
Is it okay to steal things?
Sleeping tablets.
Fingerprints?
Dead bodies.
I saw Jessica.
Should I kill David?
Hilda died last night.
Do you think I should tell her about
Psychokinetics.
the photos?
Dr. Dekker seemed to like a drink.
Bit of a drinking problem.
It's probably the same for Jaya.
One of his patients was trying to kill him,
He lent me some money.
leaving him messages.
Creature, human flesh.
I'd teleported.
Do you have that dream, Doctor?
I wanted to let you see that again. So that is the beginning of Act 5. Do you have that dream, Doctor? It seems that Mariana is in some distress. Dr. Leslie walks into the office, sits down on her chair. It's also leather, like the couch. Makes a little squeaking noise. She crosses her legs at the ankle, rests her pad on her lap, and looks at Mariana with some concern. So Dr. Dekker's prescription pad is missing, so we should ask them about that. And the death threats. Mariana, you seem upset. Tell me how you are.
I'm fine, Doctor. I went to the beach, swam under the sea, and returned to tell the tale. No blackouts. Nothing.
No blackouts at all. And no one followed you?
Like I said, I've been fine.
Okay. Let's ask about, followed? Were you followed?
People follow me into the sea. I don't force them, they just follow to see the creature.
Dr. Leslie looks down at the carpet, noticing that yet again it has not been vacuumed. You'd mentioned a creature in our last session. Dr. Leslie is remembering her dream with Mariana the night before. She talked about a creature.
I'm not sure what you'd call it. A wisp? A star? It's so bright and warm and loving. I don't know why it leaves me. It only wants the others. It feeds on them.
What do you mean feeds on them? Literally, or taking some sort of energy?
When I look down, I black out. But if I can just keep looking forward, no blackouts. I can just swim back to the top when it's finished.
When it's finished. What do you mean finished, Mariana?
You really want to know? If I look down, it's writhing. Just limbs of people from the clubs and the bars. Not just from this week, but last week, last month, last year. They all look terrified, but somehow still alive. The creature, it's all inside them, poking holes through them that they shouldn't have. It just eats them. Slowly.
Okay, this is going to be Act 5, Creep Master 5. We've turned it up. We've turned up the creep factor in this. Dr. Leslie licks her lips before tremulously asking this last question. Eats them, Mariana. A creature like what hangs around your neck? A wisp or an octopus or something? Is that what you mean?
The missing people. That's where they go. I don't know I'm doing it. I swear I don't, Doctor. The creature. I hear it. It's hungry. Nobody can know. It's our secret.
You are leading these people that you see in these nightclubs, these bars. And you're leading them to a creature to be devoured of some sort.
I can't explain what happened with John. He followed me back from the bar that night and swam with me under the ocean. I blacked out. He'd gone.
Who is John, Mariana?
You must have read about John in the news. He was a local student who went missing. He was a looker. Annie had a way with words, but he was also a cheat. The creature liked eating him a lot. But I can't explain what happened next.
The story begins to unfold fully. Tell me, Mariana, search your memories. Tell me what happened next. It sounds to me as if this man John followed you. Perhaps you were angry with him. He was a cheat. And he drowned.
I don't know anything about that.
I think you do. I think you do.
You must have read about John in the news. He was a local student who went missing. He was a looker. Annie had a way with words, but he was also a cheat. The creature liked eating him a lot. But I can't explain what happened next.
Oh, okay. What happened next? I had to write the whole thing out. But first, let's ask her about cheat, just to see if we can get some more information about what she means by a cheat, like cheating at cards or cheating on women.
No. Can't think of anything.
Yeah. So this character is played by Ashlyn Dayath, who is in the interview that you will be seeing at the end of this series. She did a great job. Fun little fact, the actors are looking at a teleprompter, but it's very difficult to tell because they're such good actors. So, what happened next? Dr. Leslie leans forward intent. What happened next, Mariana? She says it in a very sharp voice, attempting to shock Mariana into speaking.
I left him to be eaten. And the next morning, he turns up in my bed at my house. He's not wet at all. No signs he's been in the sea, but he has holes in him. Lots of holes. His inside is on the outside. Just ball, tangled worms. And now they're blaming me, but you knew that, Doctor, didn't you? That's why I'm here.
Is that why you're here? Because I find it difficult to believe that you could have murdered a man by putting holes in him and dragging his insides to his outside. So why are you here?
They think I killed John. John and some others. They need to know whether I'm insane or not.
Are you? You tell me, Mariana.
My lawyer. He says I'm insane, but that he needs you to rubber stamp it. Do you think I'm insane, Doctor?
Dr. Leslie remembers her dream, remembers Mariana asking to play a game. Remembering that the final words of the game were, "I love you." Needing a moment to assess, she changes the subject quickly.
I've got nothing to say about that.
I wanted to ask her about Dr. Dekker's prescription pad. Let's just say pad and see what happens.
I don't have anything to say about that.
Prescription pad.
Why would someone steal Dr. Dekker's prescription pad? I didn't even know he had one.
You didn't know?
That's not something I know about.
You obviously didn't know. Okay, you didn't even know. Why would someone steal it? Didn't even know he had one? Well, perhaps to write a prescription. It's probably going to tell me that's the same thing we already talked about. Let's see.
I don't know about that.
Okay, let's try one more with the why I'm here. There's a few things I recall missing. So let's see.
They think I killed John. John.
So did you, I killed John. Well, I didn't. Okay, so we already got that. You think I killed John? I want to know if I'm insane or not.
My lawyer. He says I'm insane, but that he needs you to rubber stamp it. Do you think I'm insane, Doctor?
Okay, I want to ask her about her lawyer.
You'll have to ask me something else.
She ain't giving it up. The reason why I wanted to ask her about her lawyer was because of clues. This one. We believe our client who has only given us her first name, Mariana, is mentally unstable. We'd like your expert opinion on the matter. And this is Chart, Token, and Bow. These names are very odd. And I believe... let's also ask her about death threats as well. So you don't know anything about death threats written on a prescription pad, Mariana?
I prefer actions over words, Doctor. You know that.
Woo! Creepy, creepy, creepy. All right, so oh my goodness. Let's go back to responses. I really don't want to listen to Eats Them again. I hope we can get to Amber without having to listen to that again, because
They think I killed John.
Okay, I've already done that one. Sorry about that. Let's go for insane
My
then.
lawyer. He says I'm insane, but that he needs...
All right, well, let's just go ahead and answer the question then. Dr. Leslie stalls for time, drinking a cup of tea. Jaya forgot to put the sugar in. It's bitter. She drains the cup. She looks up at Mariana. Yes, Mariana. There is a strain there in your mind which could be labeled insane. It's terrible to tell your patients they're insane, but I think Dr. Leslie in this one is really afraid of Mariana. She's perhaps just physically attracted, but, you know, most people, I mean, many people are. It's not most, but many. And she also feels like that attraction is sort of being manipulated out of her.
Thank you, Doctor. That's all I ever needed to hear you say.
Dr. Leslie swallows the urge to say, "Good, then we're done here. That will be $150 paid to Jaya. Unless you've spent all the money that Dr. Leslie or Dr. Dekker gave you. I mean, loaned. But she doesn't say that, as that would be unprofessional. She does think it. Let's move on to another patient and call Jaya in. Jaya, I see Mariana was here, but I wanted to talk to you before we have anyone else in. Tell me, prescription pad.
Dr. Dekker's prescription pad is still missing. I'll let you know if it turns up.
Did you see the death threats on it?
I didn't know anything about that. If I have any grievances with my employer, I spit in their coffee. I hope that's how you like it.
Dr. Leslie's bitter tea suddenly feels very heavy in her stomach. She puts her cup down with a clatter. Well, I do hope you've had no grievances with me, as I certainly have had none with you. Your work is excellent.
Don't become like Dr. Dekker. I think that somebody killed him because he was using them. There's some footage I can't show you because it would affect you too much. Suffice to say, when Mariana told him she could breathe underwater, he wanted the same power for himself. So instead of trying to cure her of it, he'd try and amplify it to see how it worked, so he could imagine it for himself. I think he did that with all his special patients. I think he wanted all of their powers, if you believe in that sort of thing.
You call it powers. I call them illnesses of the mind.
I once spoke to a patient here who claimed to be able to teach me how to get inside other people's dreams, but how would you know if that worked? Have you had any strange dreams lately, Doctor?
No. Dr. Leslie lies. No, I have not. Jaya, that will be all.
I don't know. Sorry.
Good. Let's keep it that way. That will be all. I'll see Bryce now. Oh, Bryce sits on the floor. He looks miserable. Bryce.
I'm not feeling very well. I tried to sleep through the midnight hour, and I slept for 8 hours. When I woke up, it was looking at me. That thing was looking at me. Time was still frozen. But I can't escape it. I'm doomed.
Wait, slow down, Bryce. Slow down. Midnight hour.
I've tried to avoid my extra hour. I tried to sleep through it. I did try one thing. I spied on you, Doctor. You have a strangeness, don't you?
Dr. Leslie stands up. Suddenly, her leg bumps the table. The teacup clatters on the floor. She walks over and tries to open the window. It's so hot in here! Bryce, if you'll just give me a moment. Bryce says, heads or tails, Doctor? Dr. Leslie does her best to ignore him, and with a tremendous shove, she opens the old window, closed shut with paint. It opens barely a crack, enough to let in air that's hardly better than what's in the room. She leans over, breathes it, looks out the window, notices a bus trundling by. She comes back and chooses a different chair. Heads or tails, Doctor, says Bryce. Heads.
That's not important, Doctor.
Well, then why are you tossing that coin? Tell me, did you talk to Jessica?
Jessica has had a restraining order taken out against me and her daughter. I showed her the photos, and then the rest is a blur. She was screaming, hitting me, pushing me away. In hindsight, showing her the photos might not have been the best thing to do.
I disagree. The point was not that you have a relationship with someone that you've spied on and disrobed while she was frozen, as you put it. The point was to clear your conscience and for your own healing. She reacted as one would. You'd mentioned that you are doomed. Tell me more about that.
It knows what I did with Dr. Dekker. It's been taunting me.
This taunting? This military man you're talking about?
It wanted me to follow it, so I did. It brought me here, Doctor. Here. It thinks I killed Dr. Dekker. I'm sure of it.
What is it?
I have nothing to say about that.
You're talking about this it. And this killed Dekker.
I don't know anything about that.
Let's try. I need to listen to that again. So let's try.
It wanted me to follow it, so I did. It brought me here, Doctor. Here. It thinks I killed Dr. Dekker. I'm sure of it.
Okay, killed Dr. Dekker.
I don't know.
Ah!
I don't know why you're asking me that.
I don't know either. It would be so cool. I don't know how they'd do it because, of course, Dr. Leslie is, only in my head and as I've painted her for you. But it would be so cool if, as the last scene of this game, Dr. Leslie's on the couch. And Jaya or somebody else, and she's saying, well, I've been having these dreams, and I can't stop doing it. Every night, again and again. And then I dream. Anyway. Okay, so it's taunting me. Thinks I killed Dr. Dekker. Let's try kill Doctor.
I don't know what you're talking.
Nope. Okay. Just try killed.
Sorry, Doctor. I can't help you.
Alrighty then. Don't know the words for that. Let's try prescription pad.
I didn't steal Dekker's pad. I didn't have to. If I wanted to use it, I could just teleport in here and steal a sheet. Why take the whole pad? Why be that obvious?
Ah, it seems that you would have given this some thought then.
I teleported back into the art gallery after our session, in the midnight hour. I replaced the painting, so I haven't stolen anything for a long time now. Perhaps a cheeky borrow best describes it.
I've been known to have a cheeky borrow myself. I can't really argue with you on that one. Okay, so let's move on, since I'm a little bit stuck here before we have to go into the usual asking for hints left and right. And we'll see. I want to save Claire for last just because she's so intense and creepy. And we've already seen Mariana. Let's see Elin. Oh my goodness, she is like mega cute. She's so cute, that girl. Anyway, we'll just say hello. The sound of the traffic is louder now that the window has been cracked open. It looks as if Elin has brought some cookies.
I'm good. I feel better. Last session, that was all negative. I don't want to be like that. I made you something. A little thank you for being so nice. They're cookies.
Dr. Leslie takes the cookies. Thank you, Elin. She puts them to the side. I'll enjoy them at lunch. Elin notices the window being open. She says nothing. I'm just going to see what happens if she says cookies or... Because Elin, if you remember, is an herbalist. And it has been some question as to whether these herbs that she has made for her patients have caused them difficulty. This does not escape Dr. Leslie's mind as she takes the cookies.
The usual stuff. Flour, sugar, butter, chocolate chips, and my special ingredient. A little herbalist magic to give you some pep. You look like you need it.
Ah, you've been saying how tired I am. Well, I have mentioned that sometimes I have some difficulty sleeping. Well, Elin, I will enjoy these later. For now, I'll have some tea. No. Water. Water would be good. That I pour myself from the tap into the glass. Anyway, yes, well, tell me, I'm trying to remember the name, Hilda. Tell me, have you been to Hilda's funeral?
What do you mean? Sorry, I don't understand.
Funeral? Let's just see.
Why don't you check your notes? Maybe there's something else you could ask me?
Ah, well, I guess her funeral hasn't happened yet. Yes, well, there are some things I can ask you. As I look at my notes, I notice a prescription pad. Dr. Dekker's prescription pad.
What about the prescription pad?
Well, there were death threats on them, and it's missing. Let's try missing.
Yes, I took it. I had to.
Why, Ellen? Elin, why?
Dr. Dekker told me he could use it to take away my gift.
Your gift?
I don't really have anything to say about that.
You mean your ability to become a relative to someone in need? Dekker said that.
Sorry, I don't know.
Ugh.
What about the prescription pad?
That's cute how she looks kind of guilty right there. So good. So did you write the death threats on them?
Someone was sending Dr. Dekker death threats. Had no idea. He never said anything to me about it.
Let's see if I can cover more about...
The usual stuff. Flour, sugar, butter, chocolate chips, and my special ingredient.
Let's try special ingredient. Tell me about this special ingredient. Maybe something I might want to pick up at an herbalist's apothecary myself.
Sorry, Doctor, I'm trying to answer your questions. I really am.
I know you are, Elin. She also said to give you a little pep. Let's try pep.
I'm not sure where you're going.
I don't know either, honey.
The usual stuff. Flour, sugar, butter, chocolate chips, and my special ingredient. A little herbalist magic.
Let's try magic.
I don't know anything about that.
I'm bombing out. I'm bombing out. Oh, yeah. I'm hitting the flow. Okay.
I'm good. I feel better. Last session, that was all negative. I don't want to be like that. Oh, I made you something.
Okay, so let's go for negative.
I'm a happy person. And really, what's the point of being miserable? It doesn't matter what's going on at work or anything. Happy is the only goal. Max told me that. I think some footballer might have said it.
Max?
I told you about Max, right? Didn't I mention him before?
I don't think so. You did mention a man you'd had a date with. I don't recall seeing Max. Let's try mentioning him before.
Yes, but you don't know the whole story. Max is 77. He was one of my patients. I thought he was dying, so I shifted for him. Became an old sweetheart of his, apparently. Only Max didn't die. He actually got better somehow. And then he came and asked me to do it again.
The sweetheart of his. Oh, wait, let's actually go back. He asked you to do it again, did you? Could you?
That doesn't ring a bell.
Oops. Let's try do it again.
Yes, Max and Eleanor had dinner on Valentine's Day. I felt a bit weird when he asked me. But he said he just wanted to have one more date with her and then he wouldn't ask me again. And to be fair, he was a perfect gentleman. I mean, I didn't want to have that conversation.
So on Valentine's Day, when you mentioned you had a date with Max, pretending to be his sweetheart.
Eleanor, her name was, or is. Like I say, he doesn't even know where she is now. But she obviously still loves him. When I shifted, I felt all fluttery and excited. It's so sweet, isn't it?
We've reached Amber on Elin. So we'll move on now to Nathan. But I want to make mention to you that when Mariana, and Dr. Leslie is remembering this, when Mariana was at the beach that night and she saw Elin and a man, Elin was Eleanor, or well, shifting into being Eleanor in some way. Nathan still looks just as irritated as usual. I can almost see what he's going to look like as an old man. Irritable, cranky. Let's ask him. Say hello.
I think you know who killed Dr. Dekker, so you're going to have a good day. Can we talk a bit about hypnotism, though?
I know who killed Dr. Dekker. Do you know who killed Dr. Dekker?
This might feel like the darkest timeline, but it's not my darkest timeline. I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I'd look at one of your other patients, or maybe even your assistant.
One of my other patients like Mariana?
Things have been interesting, thanks to Mariana.
Interesting.
We went on a date. Well, sort of. She texted me this bar she was going to, and I just turned up. She can dance. I was transfixed most of the night. Next thing I know, I'm lying in my bed, at home. The room's spinning. The day moved forward. In fact, every night I go and watch Mariana dance, the day moves forward. Do you think Mariana likes me?
Whoa! There's a child in there. Okay, creepy child in there. Nathan, did you just see... Suddenly, Dr. Leslie gets up, walks over to the window, and closes it. It slams shut. That's enough fresh air for now. Yes, well, enough fresh air for now. Fun side fact. The little girl that you just saw, I hope you saw it. As if I'm the only person that saw it. Oh, crap. Please tell me you saw that little girl. The little girl on the couch is actually Tim and Linda's, the developers of this wonderful game. It's their daughter. So she is their daughter. So in any case, and I think she's going to grow up and be an actress. Yay. Let's go to, let's change the subject on him and ask him, as with everyone else, about this prescription pad.
Question after question after question. They're all meaningless, aren't they? That one is, anyway.
So you don't know anything about death threats?
You ask a lot of good questions, Doctor. But that one's a dud.
Nothing about Dekker?
No. Sorry.
Well, so watching Mariana dance is moving your day forward. Let's try day forward. I don't think this is going to get me anywhere, but we can try. Oh, already got me that.
We went
okay.
on a date. Well, sort of. She texted me this bar she was going to, and I just turned up. She can dance. I was transfixed most of the night. Next thing I know, I'm lying in my bed, at home. The room's spinning. The day moved forward. In fact, every night I go and watch Mariana dance, the day moves forward. Do you think Mariana likes me?
These questions, boy, they're so tough because I'm thinking, My honest, Dr. Leslie would be a little bit nasty here. No, no. No, Nathan, I can't say that I think she does. I think her mind is elsewhere. She's a beautiful woman, but however, I would advise you to think carefully.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Let's try no Mariana. He's stubborn. He's in love. What are you going to do?
So what you're trying to say is that Mariana is just using me and has no interest in me romantically whatsoever. Thanks. That helps my self-esteem.
I'm actually speechless for a minute there for like the 2 seconds. Oh goodness. Yeah, well, I'm sorry that hurts your self-esteem, but wouldn't you prefer that I hurt it rather than Mariana?
I think you know who killed Dr. Dekker, so you're going to have a good day. Can we talk a bit about hypnotism, though?
Yes, we can. What do you wish to speak about regarding hypnotism?
I've heard you can plant key words in people when they're hypnotized. How would I know if I had any? I think that the hypnotism didn't take, but maybe Dr. Dekker did hypnotize me, and it did work, and he told me to think that it didn't. I think I found one of the key words.
What would that key word be?
I can't say what it is. I don't want to trigger it. I was on the phone to my dad last night, and he said something, and boom, I fell asleep. Normally I wish that kind of thing would happen, but it just happened. I phoned him back. I thought it was seconds, but it was an hour later. I asked him what he'd said. He'd watched some NASA program. He was reading off planets. It was one of them.
Let's just try planets. You mean like... Well, I don't want to say, but...
I don't know.
Did you say reading off or reeling off? Reading off planets?
I've got nothing.
Yeah, so have I. I hear you on that one.
I can't say what it is. I don't want to trigger it. I was on the phone to my dad last night, and he said something, and boom, I fell asleep. Normally I wish that kind of thing would happen, but it just happened. I phoned him back. I thought it was seconds, but it was an hour later. I asked him what he'd said. He'd watched some NASA program. He was reading off planets.
He was reeling off planets.
What are you trying to get me to say? I don't know anything about that.
Okay, we're stuck again. Can't figure out exactly how to phrase this. Let's go back to the patients. Wait, actually... I don't think I asked him about the prescription pad, so let's do that.
His prescription pad's missing. The one with all the death threats on it. Do you think the murderer took it to cover their tracks?
How do you know about the death threats? Cover their tracks.
I suppose it could be a coincidence, but I'm guessing whoever murdered Dr. Dekker stole his prescription pad.
I don't recall mentioning the death threats, Nathan.
I can't tell you anything about that.
Oh, Nathan said there were death threats on it. I knew that. Okay, so we've seen... Okay, so let's do Claire. Well, actually, you know what? We're running a little bit long on time. But what the heck, let's do Claire anyway. Okay, so Claire, we will say good morning or good afternoon As Dr. Leslie has gone out and enjoyed a lunch, she has been unable to move a spoon with her mind, despite what the psychokinetic book said.
I'm fine. I killed David. Again. He went too far.
You killed David?
With an axe. I got him to put his head on the wood block. He didn't really know what he was doing. He trusted me. I cut off his head. When I picked it up, it was smiling. Probably a muscle spasm.
Claire, I encourage you not to take such a method.
That isn't important right now. Can we focus?
Oh, he went too far, that's what she said.
David is a monster. Anoushka, she's hanging up.
He killed the little girl?
David hunted her and hung her up like an animal.
Hunted her?
Doctor, I think I'm going to be sick. I can't talk about this. Let's talk about something else, please. Like my diagnosis.
Your diagnosis of insanity?
You promised you'd diagnose me as temporarily insane. You can't go back on that now.
Ha! Oh! Okay, oh, jeez. I don't even know how Dr. Leslie is just sitting here. It's completely silent in the room. Can't even hear Jaya typing. Dr. Leslie had a prescription pad. Do you know about it, Claire?
I never saw Dr. Dekker's prescription pad. I imagine he kept it hidden away to stop people stealing it.
And you do not know about death threats that were on it?
I've already told you, I never saw his prescription pad, so of course I didn't write any death threats. It sounds like someone is trying to frame me. Who's trying to frame me, Doctor?
No one is trying to frame you, Claire. I've asked this question of many other people today. Oh, how she comes so close to Dr. Leslie. Oh, wow. Suddenly, Dr. Leslie is in fear of her life. She says, Claire, that will be all for today. I will see you next session. Claire sits on the couch. She doesn't move. Okie dokie, Smokey. At this point, I don't even know what to say. Dr. Leslie's lost her marbles. They're long gone. Everybody else is nuts. Nathan and Mariana are having a thing going on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we will be back in the next episode with the rest of Act 5. Because at this point, I'm beginning to think that Dr. Leslie did it. I think she's guilty of sin. What do you think? Anyway, thank you so much for joining me for this episode. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the thumbs up button below. And if you loved it, join the party and subscribe. I'll see you back here for more infectious madness in the next episode. And as always, thank you so much for watching.